so much going on, man.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yo people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. Chelsea news, yes, I have returned Kepa to Real Madrid after looking like he was going to Bayern Munich. Oh, everyone wants Kepa all of a sudden. What a funny world we live in. He's going to replace Thibaut Courtois. I guess not permanently because Thibaut's got an ACL injury. But not the first time he's done that, is it? He's replaced Thibaut Courtois at Chelsea and filling in for him at Real Madrid. What an incredible turn of events. Thank you for joining me, friends. Consider liking and subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy. Yes, so I am going to make some new content. I spoke about it on my social media, at Football Yannick on Instagram. Feel free to come and join me and see the sensual nudes. There's no nudes on there. So I'm going to do some recordings in my living room, some long form content of answering your comments. I'll basically post it on the community page on this channel, and then I'll upload reacting to them. I think it'll be a nice interactive way of, talking to you, the viewers and the subscribers. So I'm going to do that, keep it locked. But while stuff, I can't promise when that will start, purely because this is popping off all the time. So I may need to sort of fish out for more comments and questions from you guys closer to the time, because so much is happening. Anyway, let's get into it. We're going to read an article from Matt Law from the Telegraph, seeing what's going on. But I do want to speak about the Tyler Adams situation. Of course, we got the Here We Go from Fabrizio Romano a few days ago. I reacted accordingly, making a video saying Chelsea signed Tyler Adams. Because that's what one does when Romano says, here we go. You're like, well, we're done. We signed the player. That's how it works, right? Wrong! Well, Chelsea hadn't actually signed the documents, they'd agreed a fee, and the player agreed to join. But they did a medical, and a lot of these people think, oh, Tyler Adams isn't joining Chelsea now because they want Lavia and Caicedo. Of course, I spoke about both those players in this morning's video. Not over the line yet, but both have chosen Chelsea, but it's very difficult to finalise these transfers. But yeah, Tyler Adams is a transfer I would have really liked. He may well still end up at Brighton to replace Caicedo. We looked at his stats. Very good central defensive midfielder, a proper stopper, a proper destroyer. But yeah, apparently reports suggest Chelsea found stuff in his medical that... we found something in his medical! That something suggests that his injury could actually keep him out for months. And then that was Chelsea were like, well, no, we're not about that. I know it was an opportunism for £20 million for a good Premier League proven player, but not to have another guy on the injury bench for months and months and months next to Nkunku and whatever. So I get it, that's fine. It's a shame because I like the transfer, but that is something I wanted to speak on before we speak about Kepa. So this is just a sensational developing story. So Courtois out of an ACL, and Kepa is Real Madrid's number one choice to replace him. Real Madrid, they have looked at Kepa before. They were going to purchase him before they got Courtois, and then we ended up getting Kepa after they got Courtois. For context, Matt Law writes, Real Madrid are in talks to sign Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga following an injury to Thibaut Courtois. Kepa has been targeted by Bayern Munich, and Bayern said they wanted him. Kepa was open to going. In fact, reports are suggesting from German publications that Kepa said to Chelsea, yeah, I'll go to Bayern. We spoke about that this morning. Crazy. Makes sense, though. But, as you can understand, as a Spanish international and Real Madrid being probably the biggest club in the world, that was his preference. So Kepa was targeted by Munich, but La Liga side Real are in need of a goalkeeper after Courtois suffered an anterior cruciate ligament damage that will keep him out essentially for the season. And also, Kepa's a few years younger than Courtois, I believe, right? It is understood Kepa is keen to return to Spain and join Real on what could start as a loan deal, but an obligation for the club to buy him, which is interesting because the last we heard about the Bayern Munich potential transfer was a loan with an option. Now, look, we don't want options, we want obligations. We want it done. We're doing a profound clear out of biblical proportions of big name players, but the most salient point here is big salary players that aren't fitting the system, that are sort of lost souls floating around Cobham and Stamford Bridge. A big clear out. Of course, Kepa's on massive wages as well. Chelsea signed Robert Sanchez from Brighton to compete with Kepa for the number 1 position, and the Blues will need to sign a replacement. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we can't just have Sanchez and Bettinelli. Chelsea will need to sign probably like a number two, because if, you know, Ben Roberts, I believe it's Ben Roberts, the goalkeeping coach, I hope I'm not getting his name wrong, if he really does love Robert Sanchez becomes Chelsea's number 1. He's a very cheap number 1, especially by Chelsea's free spending standards. And then what, do we spend 10 million on a number 2, more or less? Or do we, you know, I don't think it's helpful promoting kids to that role, because I don't think it's developmentally very good for them. So Chelsea will need to sign a replacement as maybe a number 2, or who knows, maybe a number 1 becomes available. The move to Stamford Bridge reunited Sanchez with Ben Roberts. I did get his name right. His former goalkeeping coach. Of course, they've got a really strong relationship. Kepa's Chelsea contract runs for 2 more years, and sending him on loan to Real for the season is likely to end his Stamford Bridge career. The 28-year-old remains the world's most expensive goalkeeper, having joined Chelsea from Athletic Bilbao, for £71.6 million in August 2018. What an incredible time that was. Earlier this summer, Edouard Mendy left Chelsea to join Saudi Arabian side Al Ahly. In a busy transfer window for new Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino, the club are expected to raise their bid for Moises Caicedo, who's made it clear he prefers the move to Stamford Bridge over Liverpool. Bang! It's important that we note that. Uncertain, understandably, all you very sweet friends of mine, part of the football therapy community, we're all going to feel insecure and uncertain until we see Lavia and Caicedo holding up the shirts. But they, you know, Shields, the link with Shields and Lavia, you know, long scouted him. Really exciting project with young players. Bold accounts, Lavia would like to come to Chelsea, and Caicedo has nailed his colours to the mast, ladies and gentlemen, and they are the colour of Stamford Bridge. Got to struggle to do that, like in the mirror image. So yes, he prefers Chelsea over Liverpool. Moises Caicedo. Chelsea remain interested in Southampton midfielder Romeo Lavia, with sources close to the player claiming the club have made a £55 million bid. But there was no comment from Stamford Bridge on Friday night, so he'd obviously contacted Chelsea for comment and didn't get one. Liverpool and Chelsea have both had bids rejected for Lavia. Chelsea is said to have been irrespective of the chase for Caicedo. Basically, they've got money for Lavia. They've theoretically got money for Caicedo. One doesn't replace the other, which is exciting, I guess. Chelsea open the Premier League campaign tomorrow against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Oh, the narrative, the rich tapestry of narrative flowing in and out of each other. Of course, keep it locked in regards to Caicedo and Lavia. We will talk about that. But so many big names have left Chelsea, like big wages, huge wages. After Kepa, the only big way, I mean, we've really got to get rid of Lukaku, and of course that's the spectre like looming in all these news videos that we're not speaking of, you know, the spectre of Romelu Lukaku. What's going to happen? So I look forward to seeing updates on that, which I can share with you, my dear sweet friends. Oh, but after Kepa, it's just the only massive wages is Sterling. And, you know, I mean, he's been pretty crap. Sorry, I don't know why that tickled me so much, especially lately. Like, but he didn't end the season that bad. He didn't start the season bad. He started the season well last season, and he ended the season okay. It's just all the stuff in the middle. And the preseason's been really poor. He looks really fit. I'm just not writing him off. You know, he might succeed, he might not. But, you know, he is a really good professional. He's really good around the youngsters. He's basically the opposite of Lukaku in terms of professionalism and how he interacts with people. and he's incredibly athletic and fit. So, whatever. And he's got an incredible Premier League record and record for his country. So Raz stays. He's on heavy wages. But this is, for me, his like finale season of crap or get off the pot, mate. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't do it, then we'll flog you somehow. Maybe you hit up into Miami a bit earlier than you wanted to, mate. But Kepa. Totally understand why he wants to go to Real Madrid. He would have gone to Real Madrid in 2018 probably. He's settled now. He's married with his new missus. He's happy. I think he likes Chelsea, but it's been a turbulent, difficult time. He'll be thankful for his time at Chelsea. Integral in the Europa League run, in the squad for the Champions League run. Important in Premier League games, certain ones, in and out of the team. But he would have grown as a person. He met his love and all that kind of stuff. So he'll reflect positively on his time in Chelsea and London, that's what he will do, right? So, but Real Madrid, for him, 28 years old, he will see this as the opportunity to become Spain's number one goalkeeper, playing for the Galacticos, playing for a season. Courtois will be worried probably with signing Kepa. Courtois on his day right now. Courtois is the best goalkeeper in the world. I reluctantly say that, but that's the truth. But how old is Courtois? Let's just quickly check while I'm talking about him. So he's 31. He's 31 years old. So he's 3 years older than Kepa. So Kepa has a chance here to be Real Madrid's number one goalkeeper. I know goalkeeper, Courtois could be number one for Real Madrid in 4 years' time, 35 years old. He could be if he's fit enough. But Kepa will fancy his chances to do the ultimate pinnacle dream for a young Spanish goalkeeper, which is be Real Madrid's first team goalkeeper and then get back in the Spain squad and be Spain's number one goalkeeper, And like I said before, I'd feel quite happy and sad about his departure, I mean, if you said to me, you can sell Kepa to Real, I do have that little bit of peculiar insecurity. Now there are still big Kepa believers out there. They see some of the saves he makes. They see how he's worn the captain armband recently, and he can he's calm on the ball when people are pressing him, and they'll be like, hold on a minute, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid are fighting for Kepa. Are we making a mistake here? What's happening? Have we missed something? Are we the mugs? And a lot of the time, we are the mugs. So that kind of offers that kind of insecurity there. But yeah, if you said to me, though, sell Kepa to Real Madrid, absolve yourself of his massive wages, make a few quid on him. Of course, Robert Sanchez counts as a homegrown player because he's been at the academy at Brighton. And so is Bettinelli, our third choice. So, it makes sense, doesn't it? Bring the wage bill down. He's a good character. He's a good egg, Kepa. I always tell the story. I was in Wembley when he refused to come off, which blew my fragile little mind. But apart from that, he's a good boy. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'll be very keen to learn your thoughts, feelings, and emotions in the comment section. I haven't been replying to the latest video, but I do read them. And I often try and, reply and like the videos. Follow me on social media at FootballYannick. And, of course, prepare yourself for different kinds of content on the channel. You are most welcome to join me. Cool.